Hello everyone, meet Larderstocked. She is a lonely paladin who just can't seem to find that subscribe button. So she must enter the world of Azeroth, restricted in not just places she can visit, but her voice and how much money she can carry, all to see how much she can actually achieve. Welcome to StarterlockeD. Hello again everyone. Today we're in the Ghostlands, the atmospheric and gloomy counterpart of the Eversong Woods. We head into the main hub and main reputation, Tranquilien. Fairly certain that's how you say it. At first, we're just neutral with them. This is a great way to allow new players or characters to get their first exalted reputation, which is part of the rules requirement, and what we'll be doing. Firstly, after some back and forth between some NPCs, we head over to the abandoned village of Suncrown to kill the Nerubis guards and the named bigger undead bug thing. While in the north of the zone, we nip over to the ranger camp near the lake, swim over to the trolls and nab us some ears. Returning back to the village, we hit friendly and do a bit of cooking. The town becomes the main hub and we pick up almost 10 quests we need to do around the north and northwest parts of the forest. Firstly, we head over to the Dead Scar, the rampaged area we can trace down from Silvermoon City caused by Arthas, during his tirade to resurrect the necromancer Kel'Thuzad. Left behind in the Scar are the remnants of the Scourge. We kill these once again. On the way to the next objective, we kill a few spiders to gather their innards, and kill the arcane anomalies. The Blood Elf areas are lousy with these things. The trader in Tranquilien had to flee from their cart due to a scourge attack, so we rid the area of more undead and find the crate of his wares. The Blood Elves have been spied on by their Night Elf brethren since the invasion of the Burning Crusade, and that's apparent in the camp of the Night Elves to the north. We are instructed to kill the spies and explore the camp. Leaving the camp, we head over to the abandoned village of Golden Mist. This has been taken over by the ghosts of the Blood Elves of old, and we have been tasked with giving them peace. After sending these ghosts back to the Void, we take a trip to the beach. Unfortunately, this beach is populated with murlocs. We end these brolocks and take their plague spines, which to me sounds just awful to collect. Circling back towards the town, we find our way towards the Underlight Mines, which have, you guessed it, been taken over. This time by gnolls. These opportunistic humanoids took over the mine, began collecting its ores, and we've been tasked to rid the mine of the gnolls and collect the stolen ores. Before we go to town, we go inside the first of the two ziggurats, and we are lucky to find the first and only rare in the Ghostlands, Dr. Witherlimb. He has 3 drops for us, this first of which drops. After almost being killed by the bad scaling on this caster's spells, we are ambushed, somehow by the lumbering abomination Knucklerot. Killing him, he's the first of the 2 elite abominations that need to be taken out for the good of Silvermoon. With the spy camp explored, we discovered that the Night Elves have a ship docked at another abandoned village on an island off the west coast of the Ghostlands. We're tasked to travel there and find out what is going on with this invasion. We pick up the 3 plans and run over to Windrunner village, which, I'm sensing a pattern here, has been taken over by undead bats. We then return to the town, give word of our success, and move over to the Sanctum of the Sun, who are having further issues with Night Elves. They have a moon crystal nearby, and we are set to disrupt whatever ritual it is being used for. Before returning to the Sanctum, we nip over to the Farstrider Enclave. People in here are in need of help, from digging up medallions in the lake, culling the local lynx population, to ridding the eastern area of the Shadowpine Trolls. With further culling of bats, poisoning of the trolls as food, and the saving of a captured ranger from the catacombs. A quick visit to the Sanctum requires us to go back to the ziggurats to collect 2 magic stones, the Stone of Fire and the Stone of Light. During this time we also got the second drop from the rare. Further to the west is the Windrunner Spire, which is filled, once again, with the undead. Curiously, however, one of the banshees drops a necklace that looks pristine, and looks to be a lost relic owned by Sylvanas. We pocket it, we could take it to a pawn shop, but even that's restricted as a starter, so I guess we're taking it to the leader of the Forsaken? Or is she War Chief? Or part of the Jailier's plan? I don't know man, the story is getting ridiculous. Finishing up the quests in the Enclave, they task us with clearing Deathholm, the looming camp of the undead that was a base for Arathas during the War for the Sunwell. Here I clear out the undead and end the life of the Betrayer, who I didn't even know was a thing, we just happened to be there, I guess. Hearthstoning back, we get our reward, the classic Sindori Warblade, which not only looks cool, but is a huge upgrade for the Retribution spec. We also get exalted with Tranquilien. I kinda wish there was more of these one zone reps like this for leveling. We head over to the Quartermaster of the Reputation and buy all the rewards. And now comes the worst part of the zone. There are 2 drops that only drop from the chests inside of the catacombs or around the Shadowpine Troll area. The issue here is that they are locked, but I do discover that there's a jewel crafting recipe that can open all locks up to a high lock level, but it's from Legion. So I take some time to level Legion jewel crafting, farm out some mats in the Legion areas, and do the quest chain that unlocks the recipe. And for some reason I didn't record this, I have no idea why. But the farming was an absolute arse to do. The recipe needed a gem that didn't drop all the time from prospecting, and after a few hours of farming I only had about 20 keys. And 20 keys was not enough. So I decided that it was well in the rules for another character to help me. There was no way to give me items as trading is literally disabled for starters. So I made a rogue on my main account. Had to level them to 14 to get lockpicking, and then another level for my skill to be good enough to actually open the boxes. I then had Larder stocked follow the rogue around while they open lockboxes. At first I would just check inside of the boxes, and if I had something good in them then I would open the box on the Paladin. Only to discover that the lockbox loot is also personalised, so if the daggers and sword dropped for my rogue, which it did several times, then it wouldn't necessarily drop for my Paladin. Still, I got into the motions, and after almost 3 hours they both dropped. Plus the good doctor dropped his last loot and the dome was now complete. Alright, then let's spin to win. Morgor? Okay, well I guess we'll see in the sweeping plains of Morgor.